Your brain is making a decision about you right now. Every time you hesitate, hold back, or talk yourself out of something, it files that away, quietly without asking you. And over time, those small moments stack into a story your brain tells about who you are and what you're capable of. Most people never hear that story out loud, they just feel it. What I want you to know from someone who studies the brain for a living is that story is not permanent. It's not your personality, it's not who you are, it's a pattern. And patterns can change. Here's how. Step 1, stop waiting to feel ready. I hear this a lot. People say that they will speak up when they feel more confident. They'll take the risk when they feel more sure. They're waiting for the feeling to arrive before they act. But that's not how the brain works. Confidence doesn't come before the action. It comes from the action. Every time you do something uncomfortable and come out from the other side, your brain registers that and it updates. It quietly lowers the alarm for the next time. Not because the fear disappeared, but because you gave your brain evidence that you can handle it. The waiting is the problem. Every time you wait, you give your brain evidence of a different kind. Evidence that the thing is too dangerous to approach. So the first step is simply this. Do the thing before you feel ready. Start small if you need to, but start. Step 2 is change what failure means to you. When something goes wrong, most people's brains treat it like a verdict, like it means something permanent about who they are. And that interpretation is what makes failure so paralyzing. But think about how you would respond to a patient who came to you after a setback. You wouldn't say, that tells us everything we need to know about you. You would say, what does this tell us? And what do we do next? That's the shift. From verdict to information. Failure is your brain collecting data. It's not comfortable data, but it's useful data. And the moment you start treating it that way, something changes. You stop avoiding the situations where you might fail because failure stops being the worst outcome. It becomes part of the process. Step 3, your brain is keeping constant score and it's not being fair to you. Here's something I want you to understand about how memory works. Okay, your brain holds onto negative experiences more tightly than the positive ones. This isn't a flaw in you, it's how the brain was built and works. For most of human history, the threats mattered more than the good moments, so the brain evolved to track them more carefully. But that means your brain is probably giving you a skewed picture of yourself. It's replaying the moments you stumbled more readily than the moments you came through. It's building your self-image from an incomplete record. So you have to correct for that deliberately. Each evening, write down 3 specific moments from your day where you handle something really well. Not big wins necessarily, small ones. A decision you made clearly, a conversation that went the way you hoped, a moment where you showed up. This isn't journaling for the sake of it. It's rebalancing the record your brain is using to decide what you're capable of. Step 4 is interesting. Your body is talking to your brain, not just the other way around. Most people think the mind leads and the body follows. You feel confident, so you stand tall. You feel anxious, so you collapse inwards. But the communication runs both ways. When you contract your posture, shoulders forward, eyes down, breathing shallow, your brain reads those signals as threats. When you expand, when you breathe slowly and take up the physical space you're entitled to, your brain reads that differently. The stress response quiets. The system settles. So before the hard conversation, before the moment where doubt is loudest, change your body first. Sit up, breathe slowly, take up your space, not as performance, as preparation. You're changing the internal environment your brain is trying to work from, and it makes a huge and a real difference. Step 5, the moment you stop watching yourself. So the moment you stop watching yourself is the moment confidence arrives. This is one of the most common thing I see. People work very hard to appear confident, and the effort being the exact thing that makes them seem less so. When you're focused on how you're coming across, your brain is trying to do 2 things at once: handle the situation and evaluate how the situation is going over with your audience. That splits pulls you out of the present moment and into your own head. And that's where confidence goes quiet. The simplest way out of this is to get genuinely curious about the other person. What are they actually saying? What are they feeling? What do they need? Real curiosity pulls your attention outwards. And the moment your attention is fully outward, the self-monitoring stops. You stop performing and start connecting. And connection is where confidence actually lives. Confidence is not a personality trait the lucky ones were born with. It's a set of neural patterns built slowly through experiences, through evidence, through the repeated acts of doing hard things and discovering that you are still standing. The doubt you feel is real, but it's not a verdict. It's just a pattern that hasn't been updated yet, and you can update it. Starting today, starting small. I've linked all the research behind this in the description so you can go through it in a deeper way. And if this was useful, please do subscribe. Every week we break down how the brain actually works in a way you can actually use. Bye-bye.